Hey guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University, and Major X, issue number 6 of 6. More on that in a bit. This is the one where they just knock down, drag out, brawl. The biggest freaking thing in here doesn't actually fight, and that was frustrating, but it is what it is. Let's get into this really quick. We'll talk about the book a little bit more and what's to come, what should be to come. This is Major X, issue number 6. Rob Liefeld is the writer and penciler. Also does, I think, most of the inks because he's the first inker credited, but also credited for inks is Corey Hampshire and Adelso Corona. Romulo Fiaro Jr. does the color art, and VC's Josebino does the letters. Liefeld and Fiaro Jr. does the cover, and these guys don't need no stinking variant cover. We get a lot from Dreadpool in the beginning of this, and in my opinion, there is never enough Dreadpool. This was awesome. We see that, well, we're not entirely sure who Dreadpool is. He's unmasked, but they don't show who he is. Deadpool looks dead at him right before he teleports away, and he's just, what? Oh my. That could mean anything. I mean, it's Deadpool talking, and he is the crazy, freaky, goofy, dumb Deadpool. Like, these hemorrhoids are new. I don't know where those came from. But he sees who it is, and he's surprised. So, that being the case, since we don't actually find out who he is on our end, that means that this book isn't over. This isn't over, or at least this story isn't over. There's going to be more. There's already going to be more in the form of issue number 0, which is going to be coming out pretty soon. So a little prequel action, I'm down. I'm totally down. But at the same time, is it really a prequel? Because if you got a story about time travel, what's past, what's present, what's, future? I mean, come on. what's right next to each? So the biggest problem I have with this book is that this gigantic freaking Leviathan shows up and just flies in the air. It's a flyer for some reason, and just looking down with its teeth, and it's like it even gets attacked and it doesn't actually do anything. It's like, come on, man, I just want to see it eat somebody. Take like some little X-Man that nobody knows of, you know what I'm saying? Just be like, no, oh no, they ate puke. How could you? Something, man. Have it be like a weapon. They ate acid indigestion boy. He's activated his one power. Because that is something that belongs in a Liefeld book. Not really. Actually, it doesn't. But I bet you Liefeld could make it work. I liked this, man. There was the sense of, not just story, there was a sense of family in this book. Which, I mean, that's what this was really about. It was time travel and family. And trying to make everything right. Namor essentially he gets his in this one. And good, because I think we've all been waiting. Namor's like the perfect guy for you to just be like, oh yeah, he's a hero, but man, I just want to see him get his ass kicked. Problem is, he almost never gets his ass kicked. He's way too freaking OP. This one was a little bit different, because he's old man Namor. Anyway, I enjoyed this. How could you not enjoy this? I can understand how some people want to enjoy this. Again, this is mostly nostalgia factor for me. But this was a good story. And there's a whole lot open for more, besides just what we're going to get in issue 0. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to next year. Liefeld, he's going to put together everything in advance because that's the smart way to do things. I'm telling you, man. As much as some people want to, complain like, oh, I don't know about Liefeld. He hasn't done a whole lot. Look at what this cat was able to do. He put together an entire story, wrote it, drew it, did apparently most of the inks, cover. He put this thing together. He slapped this thing into, with authority. Did not just an individual comic book. He did a whole series and then said, hey, here you go. You want to buy this from me? Because check it out, man. He was not clowning around. He absolutely was not clowning around. There were no delays on this. There were no problems with it, with people, this, that, or the other thing. Okay. He went a little Liefeld on, I can't remember the name of the creator, the guy who does art for, what do you call it? Spider-Man Deadpool. I actually saw him at Niagara Falls Comic Con, and I came late to his panel, so I did not record it. There's got to be somebody out there who's got the recording, though. There's got to be. There's no way there's not. So you can check that out. And he answered my question where I asked about that. He also answered other more questions about it earlier because I arrived there late anyway. So yeah, he talks about it. And he talks about, I'm willing to go at it with Liefeld, but I took the bigger man's approach, and he did. He absolutely did. But no, I get it. I get it. Liefeld's, he's got a lot of people who are pissed off at him. So whatever. I can see him always looking over his shoulder, always imagine someone's just trying to screw him over, trying to mess with him. I get it. I really do. All that drama aside, this was a good series. This is a really good series. I can't wait for issue 0 and whatever's going to come after that or before. I did mention this is a time travel story, right? Professor Bill, Comic Book University. Class dismissed.